Donald Trump is officially the Republican presidential nominee. So how did the convention really go for the GOP?
And what is next for the Trump campaign? Listen back to John Kosich on the convention floor, where he's going to break it down with the experts.
Yeah, Lee and Deneen, it's been often said it's not where you start, it's where you finish. The Trump train had trouble getting out of the station earlier in the week, but they seem to end on a high note. I want to bring in Michael Bowen, our presidential historian. Your take on this convention overall?
They started out very rough, but the unity that they wanted, they got towards the end. Still had the issues with Cruz, still had John Kosich missing, but we have the appearance of unity with Trump's speech.
We had the Trump signs in the Ohio delegation waving to some extent tonight. How important was it not to alienate any more in the factions?
Well, it would probably be difficult to alienate people more after we've had this week, so it's probably a good sign for the Republicans that he started building bridges back to the constituents he needs to win.
Did he hit the points that he needed to hit with the independents and those people that are out there?
A lot of that was standard Republican fare, repeal and replace Obamacare. NAFTA, repealing NAFTA, getting out of NATO will not attract independent voters, I wouldn't imagine, and will probably alienate a lot of Republicans.
I want to bring in Dr. Tom Sutton to my left here. Where does the Trump campaign take this momentum from this one night? Not the whole convention, because clearly they had some trouble getting started.
Well, they really now have to start the barnstorming. This is where you go out into the communities, you go across the country, you do these rallies, you continue this messaging, but there also has to be a ground game. They have got to start working on developing field offices, volunteers, phone banking, door-to-door campaigning, because rallies are not enough. John Kerry found that out in 2004. Republicans have struggled against Democrats on this. Trump has to catch up when it comes to going up against the Hillary Clinton ground game, which is well underway.
Does it help the fact that we had the earliest convention that we've probably had in decades, clearly?
Absolutely, because the focus has shifted from funds and financing and campaigning to become the nominee, now to focusing on the general election. That's where you want to invest the majority of your funds and your time, and that's where we're going to be starting after next week.
We have another one of those years where we have the back-to-back conventions. Does he lose some of that momentum with Hillary's pick probably coming tomorrow for vice president and the convention in Philly next week?
I don't think we're going to see that much of a bump, because there really wasn't any surprises this week. There was the beginning, but really tonight's speech was nothing unexpected. And the fact that tomorrow we're likely going to get the VP pick from Hillary, that'll put a little damper on this news, and we go right into the Democratic cycle.
Dr. Tom Sutton, Michael Bowen, thank you very much. First Cleveland convention in 80 years comes to a close. History is made here tonight. We're going to send it back to you.